In the original Earth Day, the beauty of it was when Senator Nelson relinquished control. He said, here's the idea, here's the goal, and he just gave that thought out to the world.
I don't think there's any other issue viewed in its broadest sense, which is as critical to mankind as the issue of the quality of the environment in which we live.
The first Earth Day, I remember one student who, as a publicity thing, rode a horse to school that day.
Back then, in general, we said pollution. You know, we were talking about water pollution and air pollution, and we didn't know about global warming then.
Collecting cans and bottles, feeling like it was making a difference.
It all started sort of in 8th grade with my 8th grade teacher, Miss Kennedy.
By planting trees.
Later on in Boy Scouts, we would do things like plant trees.
Planting a tree with my dad.
We planted these little trees, planted some small trees.
But none of us really had the sense to think, oh, you shouldn't be planting daffodil bulbs in April. We kind of missed that boat.
A big festival where, you know, it's just getting warm enough where we can go out the lake.
A few friends and I decided that we wanted to do an Earth Day cleanup.
We picked up trash with Alberto Gonzalez, who was the Attorney General, I believe.
People take for granted day to day how much we use from the earth, and to point it out at least one day a year for those people who don't remember it is very important.
It's more about outreach and getting the message out.
Media attention focused on a culture change.
Yeah.
It's an appropriate religious holiday, in a sense.
Everybody kind of gets now, like, the earth, environment movement.
People are actually recommending those things that people used to make fun of us for.
I don't think it should be a retrospective event. I mean, we should be looking forward.
I think everything is more urgent now. We feel it more urgently.
Water conservation, especially fresh water.
The world population.
Conservation and energy efficiency and deforestation.
Climate change and allocation of resources, globalization.
Apathy.
It's not just about wilderness anymore, it's about urban landscapes, it's about social justice.
What happens to happen between now and Earth Day 40 years from now?
Diversified energy portfolio.
Bold legislation.
There's going to be a lot of competing technologies, and I think they're all going to play a role.
It's going to have to start with each individual making a change within how they operate their own daily lives.
We're on the same trend as we were 40 years ago. So if we use that same kind of trajectory, 40 years from now is going to be a really interesting place, and maybe not for the better.
I'm terrified how many species we won't have, and I'm terrified about how much more garbage we'll have, because the rest of the world seems to think of us as some kind of role model.
You never know what the next big breakthrough is around the corner.
I don't think there's a problem out there that we're not going to solve in time. Confidence in human beings, confidence in grace and the way that works.
I have a 1-year-old son, and so I'd like to think that in 40 years, when he's 41, he'll be on the cusp of even more exciting, innovative changes.
It's our planet. What are we going to do with it?
An environment without ugliness, without ghettos, without poverty, without discrimination, without hunger, and without war. Our goal is a decent environment in its broadest and deepest sense.